Shalom, shalom. What's up, Christopher? What's up, Marshall?
Hey guys.
Do y'all hear me clear? Loud and clear? How it sound?
Hey Marshall. Christopher. How are you guys?
Weekend on. That's what's up. How y'all doing?
Good stuff, Marshall. Thank you.
Yeah, how y'all doing though? Yeah, that's what's up.
What's going on with everybody? You just all right, Marshall?
We chilling.
Very well. Hey Hector.
Hector.
Came here.
What's up, Hector?
Hey Hector.
We chilling, man. Appreciate you coming through, brother. Great one.
How are you, Hector? You've been better? Everything's gonna be alright, Marshall. You gotta create your happiness.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta do that.
You cannot depend on nobody else to give you no happiness because it ain't gonna happen. I don't care who they say that they are, who they claim that they are. You have to make yourself happy.
Yep. Shout out to y'all in the chat though. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to come in. And then we gonna, get started. But how was y'all? I mean, how was y'all week though? So far,
You gotta take it and apply it. Everybody, not just you, Marshall. Everybody, you gotta apply it.
Yeah, man. Happiness come from good in you. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, Hector. You know what I mean? Happiness come from inside, not outside. You know what I mean? Like people let outside things dictate how they feel, and that's not, the things can't make you happy. You have to, be happy from within, and it takes work to get to that point in your life to where you let, your inner self. I mean, life itself, just to be blessed that you're alive, you have all your faculties,
Even if things aren't going your way, you can't sit there and get down. It only makes it worse. If you're dealing with a crappy situation, freaking smile. Pick your damn head up and walk.
Right.
When you're dealing with a crappy situation, what do? Get sad? Get mad? Continue to allow it to make it even worse a lot of the times?
Yep.
Cheerfully take stuff. It's hard. I'm not saying that it's easy. It's definitely hard.
Definitely.
But to sit and mope and dope and wope and cope for what? It ain't gonna change the situation. It's only gonna make it worse 9 times out of 10.
What's up, Ganja? How you doing?
And then you're gonna get rid of that situation. You're gonna take a couple steps, and a whole entire another situation is gonna come upon you. Sir.
So lately, he says, I've been feeling pretty good lately, even when people be tripping.
Good stuff, Christopher. That's good.
That's good.
Hey, Ganja. How are you today? I wonder if Pineal got the notification. He said that he's been having a problem with his notifications.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, but like we just waiting for everybody to come in here, Hopefully. What that emoji means? I don't.
Face palm.
Oh.
This.
But like, why he do that?
Why did you do that? You did it to Ari. That feeling. That's what that feeling is right there.
He said, "I agree." Crazy. I mean, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to all our subscribers worldwide. Just thank you for y'all support, man, and hopefully, we get something out of this live today. He says, "All good, thanks, fam. Hope all is well." Yeah, man. Shout out to you, Ganja, man. Where you from again, Ganja? Like overseas? from the UK, I think, something like that. I think he said he from the UK. Massachusetts. So yeah, man, we're gonna get into today about parenting, man. You know, parenting is something that oh, okay, from the UK, all right. Yeah, so we're gonna get into it says Anthony Williams, hey Leah family, how y'all doing? Hope all is well. What's up, pops? I'm here doing. Should ever consider teach Aaliyah martial arts? Yeah, I was we had I was teaching her jujitsu. We bought the I don't know if you're familiar with the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. They have a thing called the Bully Proof for the children, and then I actually got the adult DVDs. Excellent DVDs, man. I mean, these DVDs are so excellent. It's like you actually are in a damn academy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, so it's crazy. You know, so yeah. She know a couple of a couple of moves, but we got to get back into it though. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back into it. But we've been so busy with working and stuff like that. I gotta actually make time for it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like real important to learn martial arts. You know, self-defense, not just to be but to really learn self-defense to teach you discipline, focus. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Gracie's I mean, but that's the art itself. You know what I'm saying? Is beneficial. You know, it's real beneficial. Yo, it's here. So we're gonna get into about parenting today, man. Parenting is something that is lacking in society, and it's very important to that we focus on, being real excellent parents and not just mediocre. He said what? Real beneficial. Yeah. So parenting is something that has to be taught from generation to generation, and is levels of parenting. You have basically lazy parents that don't want to teach their children anything, just let them basically live however they want to live, but then get mad when they wind up in trouble or doing things they have no business doing. Then they want to get mad at them and say you know better. But if you're not teaching your children right from wrong, see, it's levels in life. In every avenue of life is levels. Some people are extraordinary, gifted when it comes to certain things, but parenting is one thing that is definitely levels to being a parent. And we all come from different backgrounds, different nations of people, and we all was raised different. Everybody wasn't raised the same. Everybody doesn't have their hands-on father and mother in their household. So some of us in here have a lot of experiences on parents. My parent, for an example, my mother basically raised me. My grandmother was she raised me too. For some years, and my mother was more of a she was like a dictator, and she wasn't. She loved me, but it wasn't like I'm gonna tell you I love you every day, give you a hug and a kiss. It was more like drill sergeant, cadet type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, take out the garbage, wash your clothes, clean your room. You know what I'm saying? It was more like that. Yeah, tough love, but you have to have a balance with, telling your children that you love them, giving them a hug and a kiss, being affectionate. That's important too, because they need to have that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's the well-roundedness, but I could vouch, as far as, a lot of times, I even get concerned about this with our own daughter, who has 3 kids that are all extremely close in age. It's very tough job to be a parent. And your mom, who had two boys who were 1 year apart, and then a girl, a single mother, she, I'm not even gonna say she. As a parent, we get so wrapped up in the day to day, just trying to survive, trying to get dinner, trying to pay the bills, trying to make sure that everybody is cleaned up, trying to make sure that clothes are put on people's backs, trying to make sure that everybody's safe, that I think we forget a lot of simple, important stuff. Like, our older daughter is always just all over the place. And it's just like, go sit here, go sit there, clean that up, don't do this, don't do that. Oh my, a mess, a baby crying, a baby pooped, a baby nut. But then yet, from experience, 4 or 5 years goes by, and you look at your kids that are grown up, and you say, dang, I remember when they used to be a baby, and I used to feel like it was so hard. But now that I look back at it, it wasn't that hard. I could have removed my emotions and removed myself from the situation to have a little bit of a calmer outlook on it and enjoyed it a little bit more. Enjoy parenting.
So that's a good point of view. What you say? I agree for sure. The same here. Tough love. But if you wasn't raised with structure, then how could you teach it? How could you know how to act if you wasn't taught it? You know what I'm saying? See, today, society is to be lenient on your children. When I was coming up, you couldn't be lenient on your children. It was hardcore. And a lot of people didn't grow up with that hardcore parenting, to where you was taught how to do your laundry. You was taught to do chores. You was taught to have manners. You know what I mean? Yes, sir, no, ma'am. But we don't have that today. So if you wasn't growing up into that environment to where your parents taught you that, then you're not going to like how you going to teach anybody if you wasn't taught that? Today's children, the majority, I'm not going to say all, but the majority of children today don't have any type of teaching from home. They do whatever they want to do, when they want to do it, and then you expect your children to go out into the world to be able to know how to function as an adult. So that's the problem. He says, we talking about parenting today, Zach's? Prozac's?
Hey, Stefano. Stefano said facts.
What's up, Stefano? He says, I think most parents today are lazy parents. Exactly. It explains why children act the way they act. They act the way they act. They do nowadays. Look at music, for an example. Young people are waving guns around, doing drugs, and causing violence. Exactly. You can tell by the generations of what you see today is no parenting. When I grew up, spanking was a way of life. Punishment was a way of life. Even the teachers had the authority to smack you with the rulers when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? So, but now spanking is looked at as you being harsh on your children. But even the scriptures tell you that you have a right to spare the rod on them. Don't spare the rod on them, spank them. So I remember one time I was so bad in school where I got punished for basically almost the whole summer. I couldn't go outside. But before that, My mother laid that, like she laid that level to me, and then I was on punishment to teach me that you are not, like you can't do whatever you want to do. Children don't have that hardcore anymore. It doesn't exist because why? Because the system has have came down on the whole family dynamic to where like you're not even allowed to really discipline your children the way you want to anymore. To basically soften you up and to have them out of control. You know what I'm saying? So to have just a little bit of, discipline. But see, to be a parent, you have to be disciplined yourself. You have to like live by an example. And a lot of times the parents don't live by an example. They cursing around their children. They smoking around their children. They out here got different girlfriends, different boyfriends, whatever, like whatever sex you are. So it's out of control right now. That's what you have. So we gotta live by an example as parents, so we can teach our children how to be. How y'all feel about that? Parents don't live by an example. I agree. Marcy crazy. Yeah, like they don't. So you have a society today to where the average mojo doesn't have no responsibility when it comes to being a young teenager or even a child. They raised by the internet, they raised by video games, they raised by music, they raised by their peers outside that they see on the streets or in school. And they emulate whatever they see outside. But everything starts from within the home. And if you have a strong foundation, then you're not gonna have a problem with your children. And it's levels. You have the worldly teaching, and then you have the spiritual. It's both. Now I'm not saying the worldly way of raising your children is whack, is weak, but the spiritual is a little bit more deeper, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But to teach your children morals and values. What's morals and values? Morals and values is basically you teach them the fundamentals about life, being responsible, teaching them how to clean their room, brush their teeth, hygiene. Teach them to separate the laundry from the colors and the whites. Teach them how to mop, how to wash the dishes, how to cook. Teach them to have manners. You know what I'm saying? These things are lacking in society today. You know what I'm saying? So we have to perform that to have another generation of good, responsible children. But we ain't doing that.
Even if you don't have kids right now.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Learn some stuff. Figure it out to prepare for your family.
Right. So it's not hard. It don't take you a rocket scientist to learn this stuff. It's real simple, real stuff that you just gotta learn it on your own. Because if you have children, and see, having children is bigger responsibility. It's not something that you just just can have children. Like people just have children just to have children, but then they don't want to really be a parent. You know what I'm saying? Because to really be a parent is you have to love your children, and you have to live by an example, and you have to love them unconditionally to the point where when you send them out into the world, you know that you did a good job, and they can function on their own, but positively though, not freaking negatively, And as you can see, you got A lot of parents that have been failing. You know, their daughters is online, butt ass naked. They on there start drama, cursing people out, waving. Their sons is waving guns and they fighting. They over here,
eating cucumbers,
sucking on cucumber challenges. It's wicked out here. So we want to sit here and blame the government for everything, but everything starts in the home, and that's where the start is at. Now, how many of y'all in here had good parents that was hands on?
Hey, John. Thanks for coming.
What's up, John? He said, "Yeah, like always respect your elders." Exactly.
Marshall said people do have children just to have children. They have them and don't even take care of them. No, they have children because that's the consequence of having sex. Mm. They enjoy the feeling of sex. One second, guys. Hector said me. What did you ask? Christopher said I did.
Did anybody have good parents?
Hector and Christopher had good parents. Marshall, very true. He said the parents let the social media control them. They let social media raise their children. Exactly. That's the major problem. And social media is here to influence people. So they attack young children that can be easily conformed. And they start acting a certain kind of way and don't even realize that they're acting this way because of what social media is showing them. You have to protect your mind.
Well, he says mine was messed up, ganja, but I had good grandparents. Blessing.
Nice ganja, definitely, right. Definitely.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah, right. It's
Marshall, a good mother, exactly.
Right. Oh, it's my mother, right? So yeah, so those is the we have to start with the fundamentals first. Is we have to, before we have children, you have to learn some tools, and you have to educate your mind with the tools that you need to become a good parent. You know what I'm saying? My dad is here sometimes, but doesn't help out. He just lives off my mom's when he wants to, comes and goes as he please. And I'm sorry to hear that. The only
thing you could do for regarding your father, if you have a figure in your life that doesn't do what they're supposed to do, Marshall, your father sounds a little bit similar than to Pop's father. Pop's father was there but never involved. He was just there. The only thing that we could do is when we have a bad parent in our life is learn how not to be.
Right.
So you can't change somebody, especially if it's your parent. You can't change them, but you can control how you feel and what you're not gonna do. Use that as a blueprint. Yes. My mom and dad also instilled the same tools of life, right, Christopher?
So are you
the only child, Christopher? Are you the only child that they had? Your parents? Go ahead, sir.
So, no. So if you don't, if basically is if you had a bad parent and they wasn't there in your life, then you know how not to be. Don't follow their footsteps. You know what I'm saying? So when you have children, you don't make the same bad choices that they made with you, because you know how it felt not to have them in your life. So you don't emulate that. Don't follow that. Do the opposite. You know what I'm saying? You say, yeah, I'm not having a father around too much.
Right, Marshall. A lot of people have certain situations in their lives and they act just like the situation and then use it as an excuse. Wow. It's really not an excuse, you know?
That's sad,
my grandfather don't want me because he wanted a girl.
Wow.
Well, that's sad, Hector. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry to hear that, brother. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Just use that to make you stronger, Hector. How old are you, Hector?
He says, dang, yeah.
Believe it or not, most of our damn parents didn't want us. They just ain't got the damn balls to tell us.
So even the rappers have no respect for the youth. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
You're 18. I'm glad that you're getting older, Hector. I'm sure that was probably hard for you, but
Yeah.
I had a father that wasn't really in my life.
I mean, like we all come from majority
My
of us.
father was an alcoholic.
Like we all come from those environments to where if you're from the urban neighborhoods, it's no father figures there.
I don't think it's just I didn't have no father.
But that's rare though. That's rare. That's not always the case.
I know a lot more people. I mean,
yeah, I mean, like you have a mother, you know what I'm saying? But it's not like the environments is like a father figure is very important in the family dynamic. If you have to have both parents to it's a balance between both of them. You need both of them in your life, and we don't have that. We either have either one or don't. It's like basically in like people is in foster homes or they not living with somebody that's their grandmother or whatever. Like you don't have both parents. It's rare to have two parents today. At the same time, it's rare. You know what I'm saying? And usually, I ain't even gonna say that, but it's rare to have two parents at the same time in a family function today, operating in a family function, because usually it's conflict.
I rarely seen that when I was growing up as a kid.
You said what?
I rarely seen that when I was growing up as a kid.
That's what I'm saying. But is rare. Check. It's rare. I mean, to have that. Sorry to hear about that, Hector. He said, I don't know if he was just... No. He's serious. Now, he's serious about that. Yeah, he's serious about that. Man, he's serious about that. So, yeah, my real dad wanted to kill me. Wow. What? When I was inside my mother so he could try to kill my... Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. That's deep right there. I guess it's never too late. For what? Prozac, what you mean? Like, what's never too late?
Hey, Demonte.
What's up, Demonte? What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Says, I read my... At first, it makes sense.
I read my wall text first, so it makes sense. What you mean, Prozac?
What's your wall text? What's that?
How you doing, Demonte?
We chilling, man. We talking about parenting today. You know.
Hey, Dante.
What's up, Dante?
How you doing, Dante?
So, for y'all that's coming in, we talking about parenting, man. We talking about, the basically the foundation of what's a good parent and what's a bad parent. A bad parent is a parent that does not teach their children anything.
I'm glad to hear that, Demonte and Dante. That's good.
They let society raise their children, and that's one of the biggest problems that we have today with children of today. He says, but I have a wonderful stepfather that took me under his wing. That's what's up. That's all that's important. You know what I'm saying? Is somebody taking you under their wing, teaching you the ins and outs about life, and
you're probably better off, Hector.
Exactly.
You're probably better
You're
off.
better off. To answer my mom's question, yes, I am the only child my folks have. Okay.
I thought so, Christopher. That's nice. That's a blessing.
Right. So is bad parenting. Bad parenting is not doing anything. Is you're not teaching your children nothing. You're not teaching them how to clean themselves, how to do laundry, how to have respect for others, and or you. You're not sitting down and having a conversation with them to teach them about life, about like the ins and outs about life, what to stay away from, and explain to them why. Don't do this, don't do that. Those and a lot of us had parents like that, or know friends of ours that had parents like that. They just do whatever they want, come in when they want to, eat when they want to, get up when they want to. It's just no type of structure in their home. But then you have the real structures where the family dynamic is strong, where you have a mother and father teaching you morals and values, having respect, talking with respect, teaching you how to cook, how to clean, teaching their daughters not to wear provocative clothing, and explaining to them why. Teaching their sons how to respect women, how to talk to women, how to care for women. These things is very important, but it's not being taught. Why? Because the powers that be want society to be chaotic and out of control, and they spend a lot of money on a daily basis ruining our children and setting up these systems like child protective services and the school system on telling you have no rights. Spanking is not really necessary, and punishment is not really necessary. They just, on a vibe where they want you to be lenient with your children. They think that you can talk everything out. You can't talk everything out. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you coming home from work and your son or daughter is in their bedroom having sex with somebody. How would you handle that? Would you be lenient to them? No. And I was coming up, you would get your behind beat for having a girl in your house without your mother's permission, and you'll get your behind beat because you in here having sex with a girl in your mom's house that you're not supposed to be doing at a young age anyway. We could just talk it out, little Johnny. Like, we could just talk it out. Like, nah, ain't nothing to talk about. That's disrespectful. So these is the thought patterns that the powers that be is putting out to the public. Now I heard that young teenagers can go to the doctor now and get the Plan B pills and all that without their parents' permission. Like, they don't need a consent no more. You can just go do that. See, they taking our rights away from us by these different ideas that they putting out to the masses of the people. Always teach kids to protect themselves. Did what's name answer that question about what he said about the who was that?
Oh no.
He didn't answer that? Okay. So what you mean by that, John? Always teach their kids to protect themselves. What you mean by that? I want to know what y'all think.
Well, Christopher said, I hear that all the time. A lot of women are cursing out their kids over dumb stuff. Honestly, I feel like a lot of stuff comes down to us removing emotions. We get very emotional.
He said,
and we just make stuff. Sometimes you can make problems worse, especially when it comes to parenting. I know and understand why they don't need their parents' consent with the Plan B pill, but I don't agree with it. Exactly, Marshall.
Yeah,
but that's the government. The government is making it so that way you don't have say over your own kid.
Exactly.
So that way your kid could just go and get knocked off, get knocked up, and then kill the kid that's inside of him, the consequences. And then the next day they're doing the same thing all over again.
So this stuff is by design. This is not something that that this happened. They plan on this because
Right.
because a chaotic society, especially if everything starts from the home. If I can control your children, if I can manipulate your children, if I can deceive your children, then you don't have no control as a parent because they don't want to listen to you. They want to listen to a rapper, a basketball player, somebody on the internet, somebody on the streets. They don't care about listening to you. And when you take parents' rights away from them like that, that's basically what you're giving them. You're giving them free will to do what they want to do without your consent. But you take care of them. You wipe their behind. You protect them. You raise them up. You give them food, clothing, and shelter, but you don't have no right to tell them if they can have sex or not. Come on, man. Sick society we live in, man. Society is sick. And it's not just it's all nations of people that have to deal with the same issues. And then they trying to bring this same democracy over to other countries. And then other countries don't want this way of life over here because they know that this way of life is destructive. So my nephew don't have a dad, so I stepped in and teach him the right way and to show respect to other older people. Exactly. That's good. That's
nice,
good.
Hector. You can
That's
be an
good.
influence in his life.
Right. That's
You
good.
change his life.
Yep. That's
We're
good.
all one person away from, not living properly
Right.
and being an influence on somebody on the other hand.
I mean, but it is you want to be able to have children leave your home, and they move into their own apartment or own house, and could function in this world without you because you're not going to be in the world forever. So if you don't apply yourself and teach yourself how to be a good parent when you have children, then you can't die. How you gonna die? Leave your children in the world. How they gonna defend for themselves? How they gonna know how to act? How they gonna know what to stay away from if you don't teach them? So we gotta stop being lazy as parents, man. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not lazy, but I'm just saying is in general, we have to stop being lazy and learn. Teach your children how to cook. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not just freaking box of macaroni and cheese or some freaking cereal or some damn sandwiches. I'm talking about really know how to cook. So when your sons and daughters have a family, they can feed their family and then teach their children how to cook, how to clean, how to behave. You know, that stuff is important. And I'm telling you right now, eating out and all that and you know what I'm saying, just going out to restaurants, it's too much of that going on. You have to teach them. I don't care if you teach the children 5 good meals to cook. As long as you teach them 5 good meals to cook, they know how to cook something. Damn. I mean, like we over here eating, everything is box, microwave. You know what I'm saying? You know, or going to a restaurant. That's not teaching nobody anything. You know, and then that attitude like, well, I'm not cooking for nobody. I'm not cooking for no man. I'm not cooking for no woman. It's like, come on, bro. It's the problem. To have sex in your parents' house is the most disrespectful thing I could imagine. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I think I probably had sex one time, and I didn't feel right, so I didn't do it again. You know what I mean? Like, I went to the girl house, but that was disrespectful because she was disrespecting her parents by doing that. But I didn't feel right doing it in my mom's crib. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, this ain't cool. It was a feeling on me, like. So I always went to the girl house, but that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And just imagine all the girls' house that you go to as a male, you having sex in their house, and their mother or father don't even know nothing about it. because because you're not even supposed to even be there. You know what I'm saying? Without their supervision. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. YouTube can teach my kids is what the parents think. It's sad. It's sad, Marshall, about that. It's a sad situation. They think, you know, they letting everybody else teach their children except them. So even in parenting is laziness. You know what I'm saying? Even in parenting, you can be lazy. You know, so the fundamentals is teaching your children, especially young. You got to get them young. You can't wait till they teenagers. You got to get them when they come out the womb. Is when you're supposed to be teaching them how to be. When they crawling on the floor and then they start walking, you got to teach them. When they pull out their toys, you got to say, "Help mommy" or "Help daddy put away your toys," and you allow them to pick up, make it fun. You know what I'm saying? By putting toys away. You know, have them in the kitchen with you when they 7, 8 years old, washing off the apples and the oranges. Teach them young. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? He said I was arguing with my sister about that. Yeah, you know, I mean, you have them take out the garbage when they, 10, 11. I was doing my laundry since I was 8 years old. My grandmother taught me to separate the colors from the whites. You know what I'm saying? Put bleach in this, don't put bleach in that. You know what I'm saying? Fabric softener, the whole 9 yards. You know, he said females don't understand. Understand what, Marshall? Say some, not all. Some females. My wife is she's a good mother. You know, one of the best I ever seen. She got a lot of patience, and she loves to teach. You know, he said, oh, he was joking. Oh, what's up, Texas Roadrunner? How you doing, brother? You know, so it is, and but the crazy thing about my wife is she wasn't taught how to be a mother. The Most High put a spirit in her to be that way. And through life, she just learned, you know what I'm saying, how to cook. She applied herself. And a lot of times women don't want to apply themselves to teach their daughters. Like I can't teach a woman, or I can't teach my daughter how to be a woman. Only my wife can do that. I can teach a man how to be a man, but I can be a good influence to my daughter for her to want a man like me, or to have a man something like me. You know what I'm saying? It's by living by an example. You know what I'm saying? He said, my mom tried to teach me how to cook when I was young. She stopped when I burnt myself. And I got a huge scar on my leg. Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, is everybody gets scarred, when they cook. He said, be teaching them little girls to curse and twerk. Exactly. That's the worst thing, Demonte. That's the worst thing in a wagon. So we have to learn how to teach them those fundamentals. The fundamentals is going to carry you a long way. But not doing nothing. Yeah, big, yeah. Like not doing nothing. That's the problem. True, Demonte. Yeah. That's the truth. You go on these videos, you see they mother twerking with their daughters, hanging out with their daughters, getting high with their daughters, drinking with their daughters, they partying with their daughters. Man, I ain't partying with my children or my grandchildren. Get out of here. I'm not doing that. Like, that's a no-no. God, like how you going to a club with your mama? Mm-hmm. Hey, yo, can somebody tell me that, yo? How you going to the club with your moms? Hell out of here. I'm not into that. Yeah.
Marshall said, so I believe it's more of the parents' fault that they child got knocked up and aborted the baby. It is the parents' fault. It's the parents' fault. It's most likely the child's fault for not listening to the parent. I agree with you. No, mine's up. I agree with you, Marshall. But what we're
What's up,
saying
Sage?
is, it is definitely it's the child's fault for not listening to their parent. It's the parents' fault for not watching close enough attention to their kids. But what we're saying is that the government. You're definitely right. I definitely agree with you. But the government is putting these things into place so that way people parents no longer have a choice. They're taking rights away from parents. It's just like me. I don't agree with vaccinations. So I have to take my child out of school to prevent her and go along with my beliefs. I have to completely do a whole 360, a cartwheel, a backflip, a handstand, and everything else just to be able to get around the nonsense that they're doing because they are trying to control your kid. That's what the whole entire thing is about. Yeah, you're supposed to be watching your kid, but the government is not nice people. They want you to think that they're nice people, but they're not. Even just something as simple as that HPV shot that supposedly prevents cancer. They're so adamant at young teenagers taking this HPV shot that if a parent says, no, I don't agree with that, I don't want my kid to take that shot, for that particular shot, you don't have no say. If your kid states out of their mouth that they want that HPV shot, they're getting that shot. And there's nothing that a parent can say. That has nothing to do with no pregnancy, no other stuff. That's just something completely different. But it's all for a reason. They have agendas. So what they do to us, to make them, it forces us to comply with their agendas. And their agendas have never been for us. But that can also go both ways. Let's take the foster system, for example. I agree they're taking rights away from their parents, right? I'm waiting for you, Marshall.
But they've been taking our rights away from us.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey Texas, hey Sage.
What's up, Sage?
How
what's
are
up,
you
bro?
guys?
Yeah, but they've been taking our rights away from us for years anyway. This is nothing new, because when you have a chaotic society, then you can plan on the masses of people's demise. If people arguing, they bickering, they not getting along, they separated. What's up? Oh, he said what's up?
We're doing well, Texas. Doing well, Sage. Yeah, Marshall. So he said if the parents want the kid to live dirty and always cause violence around them, the government should be allowed to take their child out of the house. I agree with you, Marshall. We were just talking about this. But you have to understand that I definitely agree. We were just talking about that.
But drop it on why. Drop it though.
Well, yeah, I am. Okay, so basically, if it's the middle of the night, you find a kid outside butt naked, he's 3 years old, and no adult, no place to be found, then that's somebody being negligent. Somebody should definitely go and rescue that child. Absolutely 110% agree. If Child Protective Services walks into somebody's house and the kids are sitting there eating feces and no adult to be found, a 5-year-old is babysitting a 1 and a 2-year-old, and the mom is out at a club someplace or getting tossed up or whatever, she's working, then of course there has to be somebody to protect them child and remove them child from the house. I completely agree. But them same exact people under that same exact situations are waiting for families to cross borders and separating families. Kids, you go in one vehicle, moms go in another vehicle, and a dad goes in another vehicle, and then they're taking their kids and separating their families underneath that same type model. So it's used for, it's, good to protect the people that they need to protect it, but they use them same laws, statutes to take it to another level, right, to their convenience, to fit their agenda when they want.
Right.
So that's the whole entire thing with that. I'm not saying that, there's not a drop of good or, a drop of any of this stuff that is needed. Definitely. Right. But at the end of the day, most of the time, the reason why that they do this stuff is to really, for bad, Right. I mean, what's happened at the borders, parents couldn't even find their freaking kids.
To this day,
I didn't do nothing to my kid. You don't have to separate my kid. Okay, you wanna treat me as an immigrant and take me and my family and put us into a concentration camp or lock us up someplace? That's fine. But why do you have to separate everybody?
Exactly.
What?
That's the reason why. You know what I'm saying? Like, they separating their children. They didn't abuse their children. You know what I'm saying? But you abusing them by taking away, like taking the children away from their parents. Because you don't know their eating habits. You don't know if they got illnesses. You don't know nothing. So you separating them from their parents, but they need their parents, and their parents need them.
Right.
So,
yeah, Marshall said, yeah, that's why I said it could go both ways. You're definitely right, Marshall.
He says, DeMonte said, if you going to do something out of all of us together.
Yeah,
right. So that's the problem. Like, is they cause the problem, and then they give you their solution.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it is like when you raise your child, like Aaliyah, just because if she ever got time and space, she wouldn't just go against everything that we ever taught her.
Right.
Because that's instilled in her. So, that's basically like you gotta be that hands-on, and a lot of times you gotta kind of instill a little bit of fear in kids to let them know that there's consequences to your actions. Right. If you do this, this is gonna happen. Right. If you don't do that, that's gonna happen. Right. And it's like it's just it takes time. It takes a whole lot of stuff.
Now here's where the spirituality comes into effect. Now that's deeper. Now you got some parents that teach their children from a worldly, morally point of view. And then you have this spiritual parents that we at this level now in our life at 2019. The spiritual is totally different because it's not based on worldly thought or the worldly lifestyle or the worldly agenda. It's based upon the Creator. So it's the totally opposite from everybody else. That's another step. That's another level to where a lot of people don't want to get to there, or they don't really care about that level. So the spiritual level is just like you raising them up in the ways of the Most High. You telling them like off the rip, this is your lifestyle. So the behavior is like a little bit more in depth because it's different from the world. It's not of the world. Like you can have sons and daughters and you tell them, well, the Creator says not to have sex before marriage. And then you explain to them why. And these are the reasons why. And everything comes behind that. So now they're not gonna make the same mistakes as a worldly parent would tell each other, oh yeah, oh you can have a boyfriend, or you can have a girlfriend. You telling them like, I wait till I find me my soulmate, and then I'm gonna settle down, and then I'm gonna have sex. And because it comes with more responsibility.
Think about how much good stuff comes from that.
That's
comes from you not sleeping around, you waiting for a special one, you only having sex with one person, you getting married and taking your marriage extremely serious. Think about put some problems that you're preventing.
Right.
By being married, only having one sex or partner, what are you preventing? Different problems that could come upon you. Let us know what are we preventing? There's a lot of problems that come along with that stuff. And then we want to sit here and wonder why you got baby mama drama, you're paying child support, you got diseases, you got 50 million trillion freaking kids. Why?
Right. So it's more of a debt. It's more of is more serious, and people don't want to live that way. They say that's old fashioned. No, it's not old fashioned. It's just that's a level that some people just don't want to be at. They don't want to be like, why should I wait? Why shouldn't you wait?
Right.
Why should you be giving your body to every Tom, Dick, and Harry?
These kids out here think that they having sex. They ain't doing nothing. They don't. Sexual pleasures ain't even for kids that are 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. They don't even know what the hell they're doing. They just think that they're doing something because that's what everybody else is doing. Don't make no sense at all. You end up with 6 kids all over a few moments of quote unquote pleasure. Right, exactly, DeMonte. But so many problems. And then if you think about it, okay, so now you're in a relationship, you had sex, you had a baby with somebody, right? So now you and that person split up. So now what happens? Now you introduce a broken home. You introduce you having to be able to co-parent with somebody. Maybe I have my beliefs, but the person on the other end has their own beliefs. It's a big freaking mess. Or you introduce a problem of somebody not wanting to be involved at all. So now you have a hurt kid. It's just problems. It's so many problems.
So what's up, Just News? Yeah, so that's the issue. So it's levels, and then say stuff like stealing and lying and hanging with the wrong crowd. When you spiritual, you take it to the next level, and you really sit down with your children and have conversations with them in depth on why you should stay away from these different things. You know what I'm saying? Most parents don't. Worldly parents they teach their children some things, but we teach our children all of it. You know what I'm saying? Because
we're very open. We don't hide nothing. Like y'all know, we be saying some crazy stuff. But that's just how it is. That's how it is. We not gonna hide it so that way she can hear it from somebody else.
Right. And then get the wrong information on
you got damn people out here talking about eating somebody's butt and everything else. That joint is freaking disgusting. That's all these damn kids is teaching each other. Nonsense.
It says, cause once that moment is over, all back to hating each other. Right. Yeah. So it's levels to this, man. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this. So why society is the way it is? One of the number one problems is bad parenting. So you wonder why kids is doing what they doing in any neighborhood. I don't care if it's urban, suburban, if it's in the valleys or in the hills, if it's wherever it is. If you have out of control teenagers, then that means that their parents ain't doing a good job. We gotta stop over here. Stop letting the parents off the hook. Oh, he don't listen. You know why he don't listen? Cause you haven't really been a good parent and been putting your foot down and handling your business. That's why. You know? So this world is all messed up. It's all messed up. We live in a messed up world. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is that I can't stand with people. They always trying to blame the system for why children are the way they are, or why this. Nah, everything starts from the crib. You know what I'm saying? From the cradle to the grave, baby. Once you come out that womb, now it's your responsibility to raise your children the proper way. It says, possibly out of control parents as well. Oh yeah, you know that. But my thing is, what happened? What happened from our great grandmothers, like your two grandmothers before you? What happened? Was it our parents that didn't follow that traditional way of raising us? What happened between the generational gap? That's the question I want to know. He says, yeah, facts, pops. He said, I be seeing so many parents that be saying he or she bad as hell. Yeah, yeah. It's horrible today. It's horrible today. Hector says, most of the females that I went to high school with got pregnant and half of this men go to prison. Right. That's true. Yo, you like the reason your kid's bad? Yeah, it's yeah, yup. This is like your reason kids bad. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad, man. You know. So that's the number one thing we have to do is we have to learn how to raise our children the correct way. I don't care, old fashioned, whatever you want to call it. He said, I think it's the media pushing negative norms and values creeping. Yeah, but you're right, Just News. That's part of it. That's part of it. But we also gotta my thing with me is we gotta take responsibility, man. You know, like we have to be capable of our own selves, and a lot of times we don't want to take responsibility, man. Like individually, like we don't want to do that. We want to blame everybody and everything on why the world is the way it is, but except ourselves. We have to take responsibility of ourselves. You have to look yourself in the mirror and look at yourself and say, am I doing a good job? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to do that. We got to stop all the time. The system. The white man. Come on, man. It's too much of that. You know what I'm saying? Because actions, I do not control somebody's actions. You don't control somebody else's actions. That's on them. So you got people that, and a lot of times people know what they be doing. Don't get it twisted. All this chemical imbalance, slave syndrome, all these excuses about the mental. But a lot of times niggas know what they be doing. They be knowing, but they don't care. Some people don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Don't tell me how to raise my babies. You ain't perfect. Yada yada yada. But the same people that have that attitude, they sons and they daughters is out here. They sons out here killing niggas. They daughters out here just slutting around, having sex with everybody, cursing older people out, going in and out of jail. They on drugs. They doing everything. These are the same parents that telling you mind your business. This is my baby, but they children is out of control. It's crazy, man. So we have to look ourselves in the mirror and say, am I doing a good job? You know when you not on your A game and when you off your A game. See, I don't understand why people have multiple children when they're not ready to take care of it. Oh, that's another one. That's another one. You know, sad to say, like we got an older daughter that, had 3 back to back. And she going through it right now. She want to be hard headed. She want to do what she wants to do. And when you want to do what you want to do, the thing about doing what you want to do, consequences come behind doing what you want to do. But see, when the consequences come, people don't want to, like all of a sudden they want the consequences to just go away. It don't work that way. Now you got to deal with. You made the bed, now you got to lie in that junk. He said they can't even take care of them. Exactly, they can't take care of themselves. So we have multiple problems in this society, and it all starts from the home. That's where it starts from. We can't worry about voting and all the political things that go on. We can't worry about, like, we worrying about all outside things instead of worrying about what's in front of us right in your own home. The true value is home life.
The true problem.
We worrying about iPhones and sneakers and having being lit, but we're not worrying about the true value, home life. That's where it starts at. So we here to tell y'all, if you didn't know, teach your children from the womb how to be responsible. From the womb. Teach them when they start walking, that's when you got to start schooling them. You know what I'm saying? Don't give in to their cries and their little mood swing that they get. Don't give in to that. Teach them young. When they 6 months, years old, they want to cry because they want to be picked up. Don't pick them up. Let them cry. My grandmother used to always tell me, don't get frustrated. Walk out the room and let the child cry. Because then they won't be spoiled. You know what I'm saying? It starts early, ladies and gentlemen. Pops, you know, he said, Pops, we get everyone on the same page, yeah. I mean, it's a difficult task, man. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's a cakewalk, but we have to start from the womb. When they first come out, we got to discipline them as babies. Don't be spoiling them. We got to be teaching them with their toys to clean up after themselves. We have to teach them how to wash, how to clean, hygiene. We have to teach them manners. You know what I'm saying? We have to teach them how to cook, how to clean. We have to teach them to take out the garbage. We have to teach them how to count, how to read, how to be responsible for their own selves, so when they can go out in the world, they can be productive citizens in this society. And the reason why we have a bunch of knuckleheads is because we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Yeah, the younger the better. Discipline them babies. That's it. That is the key to success. Most young parents have kids and they give them to their grandparents. Yeah, that's that. It says so they can have fun. Exactly. That's what, when I was young, me and my brother, I was at my grandmother's house and he was at our godmother's house. So my mother and father was having a good time, partying, being lit. Why have children if you're going to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, know what I'm saying? But people don't want to close their legs and don't have sex. They want to be able to have the pleasure, but then when you have sex, what comes with sex? A lot of responsibility that people don't want to take. When you have sex, you are now inviting a disease, maybe a person that may fall in love with you, and like you may break their heart, or they might get pregnant. So anytime you have an intercourse, that's what you are voluntarily opening up yourself to that. Bottom line. But we don't care. All we worry about is a feeling. That's it. So for a couple of minutes of pleasure, you could ruin your life. You know, and half the time we don't be loving these people we be having sex with. Just keep it 100. We don't be loving these people. Come on, man. All right, what y'all saying? So my sister do that all the time. She goes out and have sex with multiple dudes while her daughter is in the house, my mom's and my sister. Wow. Facts. That it says one of the reasons I don't have kids yet. Demonte saying is I'm going to have the mother of my child putting them off on somebody just because she wants to go party. Exactly. Why have a kid if you still want to dot around? Exactly. Yeah. Bingo. It's crazy, man. A lot of responsibility come with having sex. A lot of responsibility. You know, so Being in a committed relationship where you are mature, not mature in age, but mature in mind. You know, you mature. That's when you should be having sex, like, I don't have no children out of wedlock or baby mothers. I don't have that. Because I had discipline in my life. At certain points in my life, I chilled out. I was like, yeah, I'ma chill. To have sex once, I regret because I did it with no protection. Things happen, brother. Diseases are killing the youth. Yeah. Yo, I read in an article, yo. In the year 2019, over 600,000 people are going to be, they're going to contract some type of STD. You're talking about over 600,000 people. Only in this country. They ain't saying other countries, but this country. That's almost 1 million people. And then you ain't talking about other people that they might be having sex with spreading that junk. So we got to be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to be careful, man. You know? It's definitely serious. These are killing the youth, yeah. You know. But since I think it's going to be more, it probably is. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm glad I'm not young anymore. You know, I'm glad I'm old. I'm older. I'm in a committed marriage, and you know, that's the safest. If you marry and you faithful and you committed to the marriage, man, it's the best thing in the world. Y'all don't even understand. It's the best thing. You can't beat it with a bat. You dig? You can't beat it. That's other things, Pops. I've been committed to somebody. You should have a baby with somebody and not stay with them. Yeah, I mean, it's like this with me, man. I don't want to have children and then not be with the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, sex is not love. Sex is the sex. Sex is a feeling. It's an emotion, but it's not love. People get sex and love confused. You know what I'm saying? Sex is something that is pleasurable, but at the same time, you know, it's not love though. So Christopher said it's crazy right now, Pops. There are 100% of teenagers on my auntie block right now pumping loud music, and the girls are dressed half naked. Yo, that's how it is. But again, we living in it says, can sex ever be love? No. Sex is not love. Sex is just like I just said. It's an act that has to be put in motion, and you don't have to be in love with somebody to have sex. I have had sex with girls in my past, and I wasn't in love with them. You dig what I'm saying? It was just you feeling good. This is like it's a high. This is like hitting a pipe or smoking a blunt. It makes you feel good for a time, and then it's over. So it has nothing to do with love. Yeah. What's up, Piff? How you doing, brother? You know what I mean? So sex has nothing to do with that. Sex is an emotion, but when you are in love with somebody, it's even better because you are connected with this person, and that's why it feels even more. It's like a spiritual thing when you connected with somebody and y'all both are having sex. It's a more stronger connection. But somebody you just meeting, you know, in a club, you getting a one night stand, or some girl around the way, or a guy around the way, or whatever. It's like, like people be doing that for years. There ain't no connection. It's just sex. It feels good, but it ain't really. It's just sex. That's all it is. I mean, like, how many of y'all in here had sex with girls, or how many guys? How many guys in here had sex with girls that it wasn't nothing, and how many females in here had sex with guys, and it was like, yeah, okay, I had sex, but that was it. You know? Yeah. Sex can be like a drug. I mean, people are addicted to it. So I'm just coming back from parenting situation, reflecting this concept. Yeah. What's up, Parnell? Yeah, man. It's not something that. But sex is supposed to be between. The Most High set it up to where sex is supposed to be between a faithful husband and a faithful wife in a committed marriage under Him. That's the order. It is not permitted for you to be out here fornicating, sleeping around with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. That he didn't create you for that. And I was having a conversation with Parnell and I think Sage. I think last week we were talking about how you share when you have sex with different people, you sharing DNA with them and all that. That's serious right there. Bodily fluids you talking about. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? You should have one DNA. Your husband or your wife, y'all come together, y'all one flesh. That's it. Your body is her body. Your body is her body. That's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? It don't supposed to be, like I gotta have experiences before I settle down. Nigga, that's a demon, nigga. Straight up. That's a demon. Off the rip. And there's too much of that going on in this world today. You have these new movements called sexual liberation, where people are just freely having orgies, threesome, they're having all type of crazy things. Have sex with anybody you want to have sex with. You know, and that's the problem we having today. You know, everybody do whatever they want to do. Anything your flesh wants, you can have. And they promoting this on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the world is so chaotic. But again, if you bring it back to the family dynamic, a man and a woman, and you train yourself to be a responsible man, father, husband. The same thing with the woman, a responsible woman, wife, mother, and learn the proper skills how to be, then you will break a lot of these cycles that go on in society. We have to break these cycles. You know what I'm saying? We have to break them. Period. It's up to us to do that. Because we can be lazy as parents all the time. I mean, teaching your children the fundamentals. Like I said before, when they come out that womb, you got to be on them. ASAP. Playing no games. He said, no one said never because I ain't get on SED and drowning child support or disrespect my religion or my parents raising to the ground. Okay. Not from a physical perspective, but also psychological. You also take one's feelings and emotions as well. Exactly. Spreading diseases and wickedness creates soul ties and spiritual bondage. Right. That's right. Next time I'm going to have sex is when I get married. Hey man, I employ that. I tell any young man or young woman, man, practice abstinence. You know what I'm saying? It's the best. It's the safer way. It teaches you discipline. It gives you a spiritual connection with the Creator. You know what I'm saying? When you practice that, it's very important. You know what I'm saying? To practice that, because, like I said before, when you have sex with different people, you giving your DNA to different people, and they giving theirs to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's serious, man. People don't and I'm gonna tell you this right now. How we get diseases. Scientifically, anytime now, I'm not gonna be graphic, but I'm just gonna anytime something is moist or wet, your pores open up. So when you have intercourse, your pores is actually open, and she's open. That's how diseases come in. And when you have intercourse, a woman in all reality she bleeds from inside. It's not a lot that you can see, but she bleeds. Read the books, it's science books out there. I read this years ago. So you are you giving her your DNA, and she's giving you her DNA. You know, he said, "I'm still a virgin, and I'm proud of it." I'm proud of you, brother. I'm proud of you. I'm proud. I promote that. I wish I could say that, being young, but I follow the world but I was blessed not to have children out of wedlock or get jammed up in a lot of ways that people of the world get jammed up with. It was a blessing. It's exactly, bacteria can easily enter your body. Exactly. And that's the problem. He says, Pops, they don't teach them no more. Ain't no teen summits, no teen. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's over with. Yeah. That BET joint they used to have, teen summit and all that. Yeah, like they put a stop to that. He says, hope they found a cure. It's not about John, about them finding a cure. It's my thing is this. Okay, they find a cure. But this is the thing though. It's about changing the behavior of what people do. Because you can have all the cures in the world, that'll make people even freaking dumb out even more. So finding a cure ain't gonna stop people's behavior. They still gonna be out here sleeping around. Oh, they got a cure AIDS. I'm going crazy now. Like, get the hell out of here. So finding a cure ain't gonna stop it. Is people being responsible. This is against the Creator for me to be doing this. I don't want to be having sex with everybody. I just want to be committed to one person. It's why they said the cure to it is not getting it. That's right. Not getting that job. And only one way you're not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Find that one. Settle down. Because you can't have sex with any and everybody, and not everybody's gonna be attracted to you at the end of the day. So some people you're gonna be looking at like, it's just the mindset, man. This dudes out here is crazy out here, man. My sister that I told you about, the one that leaves her daughter, my mom, to go out and be a thot. She doesn't believe in settling down because it's boring. Wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I mean, I just hope that do her doing that, she don't get jammed up in, because I can tell you this right now, the flesh is undefeated, and nobody has beaten the flesh except the Lord. And when you think that you can do whatever you want to do, and it's always going to be repercussions of your actions. You know what I'm saying? And so hopefully, God forbid, nothing bad happens to her, you know what I'm saying? In the process of that. Hopefully nothing happens. But the outcome is something made, because she's not making sound judgments. Is what she's doing is really reckless.
There's always consequences to our actions. It's always just a matter of time.
What's up, Ashley Pops?
It really is just a matter of time. Sometimes you get away with stuff for a little period, and sometimes you could get away with stuff for a long period.
Yeah. YouTube been on that nonsense with their notifications, man. You know how that is, man. He said, they can't have education, teens, and adults. So now they want lustful, demonic males and female sex slaves out here, and the things people don't even know they ain't changed. Yeah, exactly. Like this is bigger than but the family structure is the start, to all this, man. We have to live by an example.
Oh, well. Hey Piff, hey Pineal.
If you expect your sons and daughters to be responsible, then you have to live responsible.
How are you guys?
Get married. learn skills that you can pass on to your children, but just don't expect your children to be.
Exactly, Juice News. I was
He
just getting
says
ready to
boring
say
is-
something. I was waiting for Pops to get done. Boring and STD free
But,
is where it's at. We lit, yo.
Exactly. So so but we have to live by an example. You can't expect your children to be something that you're not.
Hey, Ashley.
You know,
How you doing, girl?
You gotta be what they not before you can teach them to be something. You know what I'm saying? And too much of that going around. Everybody want to be telling everybody how they supposed to be, but you have to be manifesting that first. That's the first teacher. You got to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't tell somebody how to be a father, or I can't tell my children how to be a father, a good father, if I'm not living that. You know what I'm saying? We got to practice what we preach. At the same time, we can't be out here just be, telling everybody what to do, but we ain't living that, John. It's crazy.
Oh, that's good, Pip and Pineal. That's nice. Good for you guys. Hey,
To
Joey.
celebrate my son's birthday and having
You
family.
just in here watching. That's what's up, Joey. How you feeling, Joey?
What's up, Joey? How you doing?
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
asked about Pineal and them. I said I hope that they got their
Yeah, like
notifications.
YouTube on that, like
Yeah.
YouTube don't be sending them out. You know what I'm
To
saying?
be honest with you, I think that they kind of low key a little bit, like looking at this page a little bit.
Let them.
I think that we was kind of rolling at first, but
Let them. They can all they want to. It ain't gonna stop the show. I ain't speaking about. I'm speaking. We speaking our mind. What's the problem?
that's good,
Why?
Joey.
Like,
Is it hot in Florida? The world is burning up right now.
man, we chilling, Joey. Man, we just on here just talking about parenting and being a good parent, and what comes along with it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Panda, your nephew? He's the one that games? Pineal? That was his name, Panda, right?
Oh, what's up, Panda? How you doing? How you doing, brother?
How many degrees, Joey? How many degrees, Sage?
Oh, he said
I
super
know,
hot.
it's like-
He said super hot. Yeah, it's the same out here too. Burning up.
They
out
in
this
Florida. So you know what
it's
the
hot
weather.
in Pennsylvania. Yeah. We don't live too far from PA. Exactly. So it's right now 84.
Oh, it's only 84.
It's
I
still hot.
thought they were supposed to be.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
see
know.
that?
I know.
What's warning? Yeah, heat warnings out this jump.
Yeah.
So I'm good chilling.
Oh, he just turned 14. Okay, that's nice. Hey, Panda. Have a blessed day.
This is even in Scotland. Yeah. In Scotland.
107 degrees, Joey. Wow. Tomorrow is supposed to be 101 out here, and we
Go.
don't even get that kind of hot weather. I mean, like 90s, but 101 is crazy.
Yep.
Hector, you're from Pennsylvania? Okay.
At PA.
Good stuff.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we appreciate, we appreciate y'all. Just freestyling off the head, man. This trying to just like shed some light on. We don't need to be statistics out here, and no category. You know what I'm saying, in life, man, because it's easy to be a number. You know what I'm saying? And whatever it is, from death, diseases, from pregnancies, from drugs, it's easy to be a damn statistic, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to shed some light so we won't follow the pattern of the world, and that's basically ruled and reigned by Satan any damn way. See, that's my son. He said, y'all, he growing too quick. So I'm good, thanks. Hope he's well. Oh yeah. It's too hot right now in Detroit. It's hot everywhere, man, Christopher, man. It's burning up out this joint. But it is what it is, man. We take the bitter with the sweet, you know what I mean? Just take a cool shower, you know what I mean? Get under some air conditioner or a fan or something and just relax. You know? Because when it's cold outside, people be complaining about that. Oh, it's freezing out here. Or when it's raining too much, it's too, you know what I mean? Listen, man. The bitter with the sweet. Food good over there, huh? I see you over there. You ain't had no dinner, yeah? What you eating, a patty?
A patty in the dinner.
What a... That's a bit... That's a beef patty you eating?
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted one of them?
Yeah.
What's up? What's up, Dre? How you doing, bro? Dre, how you doing? I'm chilling, brother. How you doing? So Eminem came out with a new song. Oh yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So like how y'all think about what I just said though? You know, is it cool with y'all? You know, how y'all feel about that? Is it mixed feelings or y'all agree with what I'm saying or what? Pops exposed me. I didn't expose you. Get out of here. Crazy. I live to my life exposed. I didn't expose you. Hey, best friend. I ain't expose you. I'm surprised you know what I'm saying? Like usually you be see, haha, about time he did. I agree with. That's crazy. That's what's up. Appreciate the Monte, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. It's the key to this, man. You know. I wish we all had like mothers and fathers like the Huxtables from the Cosby Show. But it don't work that way. You know? It don't work that way. I mean, some of us come from, you know, mothers and fathers that, you know, wasn't hands-on with us. I mean, we ran the streets. Some of us is being influenced by the internet, our peers, rappers, entertainers, you know. So we, you know what I mean? Like, we are lost people, man. You know, Pops is always on point. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that, Joey. I try to be, man. You know, I try, man. Every day, man. You know, it's a battle for me every day. Not a battle like it's difficult, but a battle like, you know, I have to live by an example, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the key to everything. Living by an example. If we want others to follow us and to listen to what we say, we have to be living that, John. If you're not living it, then you should keep your mouth closed. Don't even say it. Don't even waste your time. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise you are a hypocrite if you ain't living what you preach. You know what I'm saying? It is dishonorable for anybody to be telling other people how to live, but they're not living that job. That's the worst individual, and I don't live that. And like I don't live that way. I don't live that way. You know what I'm saying? It's just facts. Don't know how to stay quiet. Yeah, that's the key to everything. It's to manifest. You know what I mean? What you know. You know, and to live that joint. You know what I mean? Because too many people, you know, it's just too many people do that. You know what I mean? They want you to do what they not doing, and I don't think it's just like how somebody gonna tell you don't smoke cigarettes, but then they smoking cigarettes. You know, it's just, you know, or don't drink or don't have sex, but they doing it, and say, well, I'm your parent, so I can do it. No, you can't. To me, I wouldn't listen to my parents if they told me that, because I don't respect nobody that do that. That tell you don't do this, but I can do this because I'm older than you and I'm your parent. Get the hell out of here. That's crazy. You know, especially if they ain't in the wrong. Yeah, that's crazy. It's horrible out here. So I mean, I'm gonna end on this one, on this note here. Everybody has a job to do in this world, and you could take the path of the world, or you could take the path of the Creator. You know, and He laid the foundation for us to live, and He didn't do it because He wanted to control us. He didn't do it because he wanted to be a dictator. He did it because he loved us, and it'll keep us out of harm's way. And when you don't listen to the Most High, you put yourself in harm's way. That's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So being out here fornicating, committing adultery, lying, stealing, hating people, causing strife, anything that you can think under the sun that's wicked, you are putting yourself in harm's way. And so I'm here to, as a brother, to just let y'all know that it's another way, it's another avenue that you could take to where you won't harm yourself and harm others at the same time. And that's the key of life, man. You know, so that's real important.
We just try to give the
you know what I'm saying?
words that nobody ever gave to us.
Yeah, and I try to give y'all the words that I wish somebody would have gave me when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was just the streets, running the streets, doing this, doing that, and I had to learn the hard way. You know, so I'm here to let y'all know this. Like, just look at me as the big homie. You know, I'm your big homie. You know, and I care about people, and I live it, and then I try to like basically display it to y'all in words to where y'all can get understanding. You know what I'm saying? So that's the key. The big homie. Thank y'all, Marshall, Ashley, I appreciate that. You know. So yeah, man. Because it ain't about right here. It's not about showing off. Like, it took me 11 years to get to this place where I'm at today. You know, to even I didn't want a platform. I didn't desire to be to be a minister or a pastor or whatever. You know, I didn't desire this. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just humbled myself for 11 years. You know, just reading, praying. You know what I mean? And just listening to the voice of the Most High. And, you know, now I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Because coming to y'all and saying what I'm saying is big responsibility. And a lot of times, if I misguide you, then the blood is going to be on my hands. And I don't want to misguide nobody. So I have to give you the real deal. You know, and not give you the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm here for. The real deal. And so shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all, coming and this is sharing our experiences. Thanks, Pops, for being real, man. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Hey, y'all real too, man. Y'all real too, man. You know what I mean? Each one teach one. You know, at the end of the day, man, I don't know everything, but what I do know, I share, man. And I'm definitely humbled and I appreciate, but all glory go to the Most High for all things, man. He put me in this position to where I could do this. Without him, I wouldn't be here and to be able to have a voice, So it's all praise go to him. So give him the praise and the honor and the respect. I'm nobody, you know what I'm saying, without him. He said, oh, good pops, just watch my little cousin. He is a handful, a lot of energy. Yeah. I got my grandchildren here right now. You can probably hear him in the background screaming. My grandson, he over there screaming. He like loud, like he's loud up in here. He going crazy in there. Yeah, like children is but gotta school them early, man. Stay on them. You know what I'm saying? Stay on them. Stay on them. Stay on them. That's the best thing that you could do. Stay on them. Stay consistent and persistent on them. You know what I mean? Because you got to be consistent with your children. You just can't teach them one lesson and just let them rock. You gotta constantly keep drilling them in their head over and over and over, constantly. Man, Ali, like what you over there typing? I see. Thanks, Spot. Yeah, man. Yo, Hector, man, I appreciate you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Stay strong, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep coming, man. And just keep pushing to be positive, man, and keep getting knowledge, man. Read much as you can. Surround yourself around positive people, man. You know, and just keep hope, man. You know what I'm saying? As long as you staying positive and you over educating your mind, man, like you don't know how far you could go, brother. You know what I'm saying? Serious, man. Let me keep that. Hold that with you, man. You know what I mean? Stay away from negative individuals, man. Because we got too many in this world that's negative. Can't tell these kids enough. Yeah, you can't. You got to be on them. Yeah, Sage, yeah. Thank you, Hector. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, man. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I'm going to be over there in Discord probably in a little bit. I got to get some food for it. I ain't even eat yet. You know.
Does anybody in here want the Discord link? Let us know if you want the Discord link, but you don't have it. I'm not just going to put it in because then it ends up in there and we'll end up with a bunch of creeps. But if you want the Discord link, let me know.
No, like, Aaliyah can send it to him individually.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Hector, you want the Discord link? Ashley, you want the Discord link?
She said, yeah. Yeah, Ashley, yeah. Just get everybody on there.
Monte's in there.
Yeah, like, I ain't eating up, yo.
You know Hector's
I did the live.
Yeah.
I did the live without even eating. I didn't even eat yet. I'm like, you know, it's like I'm going on E right now, but I'm alright though. I'm cool.
Just News. You got Just News' information?
No. Put Aaliyah in. Put your stuff in there. Go to Aaliyah. What is it, y'all?
She got the other two. She just needs Just News to
either
reach out to
Instagram
him.
or Twitter.
Tell him what to do.
Tell him what to do. Where you going?
What's your
information?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that to Monte. I'm gonna do that.
What's your social media? Just News.
I'm gonna say this too. Before I close out, man. Fight any demonic, negative thoughts, man. You know what I'm saying? It's we can't have division, man. We can't have division is like when you start to separate yourself from people because of whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Stay positive, man. If you got an issue with anybody, man, talk it out, man. You know what I'm saying? Before you get emotional, man. It's rough out here, man. It's just be positive in every aspect of life, man.
It takes hard work, Piff, definitely. He said we're on the same page today. It takes hard work, man. Life is not easy. You can't expect it to be easy.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's not easy. Bottom line, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Just News. There's the link right there to the Discord.
Yeah. I'll be on there probably by the half. I'll be on that junk, probably by 10:30 or something. I gotta eat, man. I gotta eat. I said people
Neil just posted the link to Discord, y'all.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so stay strong, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay positive and
we thank you guys so much for supporting us. Sage said that he loves me and I love him too. Thank you.
Thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that. The notifications, man. YouTube ain't putting them out like that. Yeah, we hopping off. You late, Vera. You always late, bro. All right, y'all. Peace and shalom.